Hey everybody, welcome back to Pillars of Eternity. We are going to immediately start talking to some of our companions, because we already have some stuff to talk about. Agni draws up beside you, her fox following at her heels, and takes a seat next to you.
Even if you are putting one over on me, it's nice to have a hunting party again.
You've been searching for Persock for 5 years?
5 years for me. Must be 30-something for Ichima.
What an adventure!
It certainly started out that way.
She grins wearily.
It's been a long hunt. A long time away from my family. Before, I'd crossed the tundra of Nasitok following caribou herds. I didn't want to leave Kalu and our children, but I was eager to visit lands my people rarely do. But 5 years without finding him. It's like 2 hours of necking. I'm ready to be done with it.
She adjusts the bow hung over her shoulder. She scratches at a callus on her middle finger. Why do you have to find Persock?
Soul recovery is an old village tradition. We call it the Tarnek Ilitsak. Once in a generation, we seek the soul of a much respected and long dead village elder. We tell him what's changed in the village, how people remember him. The only other Tarnek Ilitsak during my lifetime happened when I was a girl, not long after Persak died. We feasted on blubber and fermented milk for a week, and we honored the chosen huntress as a hero.
Sighs.
Then she left, and we returned to our duties. We still sang her name to the skies during festival season, but we otherwise didn't speak of her.
I'm sure your village still remembers you, Sagani. You're kind to say so, but I'm not so fragile that I need my name chanted in the meeting halls.
It's not being forgotten by my village that troubles me, but sometimes I wonder how my husband and children remember me, if they think of me often.
Returning to them is what matters. She nods. Both practical and true.
Still, there's no point in dwelling on it. More often, I find myself wondering whether Persak will remember us. You claim to see souls. What do you think? Do you remember your past lives?
She sighs. She gives you a sidelong glance. Yes, in fragments. She leans a hair's breadth closer. Really? What's that like? There are parts I like, and parts I don't.
Makes me wonder what Persak remembers about our village. Or if a turn at the wheel has yanked the details out of his mind like it does for most of us.
What would you tell him about your village?
Masuk is probably much the same as it was 100 years ago. We live between tundra and frozen forests, and the land takes as much as it gives. But our hardships bring us together. And the elders truly unite us. They keep the stories of past generations, and they guide us from season to season through good years and lean.
There's a braid behind her shoulder. The Tumak brushes against her hip and she scratches his head. Recently there's been a lot of good years. My aunts say we've had fewer clashes with neighboring villages, thanks to the hunting territories that Persock helped establish. In bad years, we rely on trade with the merchants that pass our shores. We exchange walrus tusks and seal pelts for grains that last us the hard winters. Persock brokered a lot of those agreements, too. She holds up the bear figurine. He got this one from one of the Almawa ships that used to trade with us. Let's see. It sounds like Persock did a lot for your people.
That's what I'm supposed to remind him.
She shoves the Adra bear back into her caribou skin pack. Sounds like you're on a hunt of your own, though. You feeling the thrill of the chase, or ready for this to be over? It's too early to tell. She nods. Fair enough. She rises and stretches, looking around. Might as well keep moving while we've got some daylight. Let's go. Alright, so we learned a little bit about what we needed to there. So let's see what we can do next. Oh, come on everybody. Um, it is now daylight, like they said. So we should be able to start exploring the area and heading towards some of our goals. As well as keeping an eye out for side quests.
Now this I haven't seen before.
The statuesque woman has a gaze that could cut stone. She turns her chiseled cheekbones to the sky and favors you with a look of acknowledgment. Her eyes shimmer under silvered eye shadow and a razor precise line of kohl. Before you can speak, she throws her hand up in dramatic fashion.
Hail and well met.
Autographs are for the autographs after the performance, please. Great art requires great concentration, and greatness is expected from the revel of stars. What is the revel of stars? We are the finest theater troupe in the city. We believe that the best art is immersive and true to life. She looks at the amphitheater with a rapturous expression. We stage our performances right here in Copper Lane for the edification of all. I suppose I can spare a moment for a fan? What do you do? That depends entirely on the demands of the role. She lays a slender hand on her chest. I am the Pallid Knight, the Widow of the Wood, and the Warrior Queen Magga, all at different times. To live a different life each day is a glorious thing indeed, my friend. Does the Revel of Stars take in many new members? But of course! Good drama is a balm to the soul, and we wish to offer a true theatrical experience to as many as possible. What kind of members do you take? We'll take in the new and old, the tall and small, the experienced and inexperienced, whoever is best suited to fulfill a role to the utmost. How long do you keep members? As long as they are able to satisfy the demands of their roles. She smooths a wayward strand of hair. True acting can be a grueling process, so some last longer than others. Farewell. Hmm. Was hoping maybe a side quest, but nope. The understudy in the wings.
Politics, infighting, greed, and a shrine to Margaret as well. Her clergy belongs there.
This looks like the place Maywald described.
Praise to the exiled queen. May her crown be restored and her justice prevail. Come to pay your respects to the queen that was.
A ghost hovers in the middle of the ruin, reciting blessings and prayers. Even as the spirit's form shifts and swirls, it retains the face of an elderly man in robes that mark wealth and status. It turns to you. I was told I'd find the Temple of Woedica here. And so you
So
did.
you did.
The
He
ghost's misty
survived, but
visage
colonists
contorts in a
never
scowl.
burned it down. But worship of the Oathbinder is alive and well. These stairs lead to the main sanctum.
What stairs?
These stairs, of course. The sanctum was always below ground, adjacent to the catacombs, so it wasn't destroyed by the fires.
The ghost gestures to an impassable pile of rubble. Like the rest of the ruin, it seems to have remained untouched for over a century. Tell me where I'd find an entrance to these catacombs.
There are various entrances throughout Defiance Bay, but I dare say the easiest to reach is in Copper Lane. I haven't been to that part of town in ages, but as I recall, it's somewhere near the southern gate.
Truly a pity to see what the locals have done to Woedica's house of worship. You know that you're a ghost, right?
I beg your pardon? Is this some sort of joke where you come from?
I'm serious. Just look at yourself.
A madhouse. That's what this town really needs.
He closes his eyes and massages his temples with wispy fingers. I'd like to know more about Woedica.
A queen among the gods. She oversees laws and oaths. Everything has a rightful place, and Woedica watches over them all.
The ghost's hazy features sharpen with delight.
Of course, not everyone accepts this. Even among the other gods, her authority is questioned. But Woedica is also goddess of memory and vengeance, and she remembers. She'll remember every slight and trespass when she reclaims her throne.
The ghost's expression churns. Slowly the ghost nods. What are you doing?
Worshipping Woedica, the exiled queen and oathbinder. I come every day to offer my devotion. I'd love nothing more than to book passage back to Eder, but it is my emperor's wish that I serve in these barbaric lands. And so I do.
His expression fades into confusion. He shrugs. Who are you?
Lord Ardwellen Rugfold III, and pleased to make your acquaintance. I came to the Deerwood on one of the first ships from Eder, and unlike the yokels and hut dwellers around here, I still keep to the old ways.
His cloudy eyes swim with resentment. Goodbye. Sagani draws up next to you. You alright? Looked almost like you'd lost your footing for a minute. Feels that way when I see into the ether. She watches you quietly. You really are a watcher, aren't you? Once in a great many generations, one of my people is born with the ability to speak to souls. Usually such individuals become elders, or a lone set of tracks in the snow. She cocks her head. I would have thought my journey would be easier if I could see what you see, but looking at you, I'm not so sure. Neither am I. Believe it or not, I once would have rejoiced to know I'd be picked to travel far in search of something great. But even these gifts come with a cost, don't they? Forgive me if I was a little skeptical of your abilities before. I can't say I've met a real watcher before. Oh, don't worry about him. He just likes doing that from time to time. Seems to cheer him up, so I just let him. Once you've seen it a few times, the shock wears off. Every time he goes a little strange in the face, I try and see if I can hear anything. Kana grins. It hasn't worked so far. See if you can get him to tell you what the spirits said. Sorry, I'm having a little fun with the voices today. Alright, so we gotta go back to Copper Lane, go into the sewers there, and make our way to here via the sewers, as we cannot actually access what we need to from here, because there's debris in the way right here. This is the way we would go if the debris wasn't in the way. So, around we go. Oh, I don't like that. That sounded like there were footsteps of some sort nearby. While we're here, let's go ahead and go to the records archive. Which is going to be right here at the Ducal Palace, this way.
Hail and well met.
The young woman wears a simple but well-tailored uniform. She watches the comings and goings around her with quiet attention. Any news to share, or are you here to see the Ducal Palace? What goes on in here? She laughs. Where to start? We've got meetings, public hearings, and ceremonies, and that's just the stuff that happens out in the open. She leans in a little closer. This is where the Duke and his key advisors work, so there's always someone bartering for a favor. Unfortunately, I'm not at liberty to talk about that side of things. But if you want the official version, she clears her throat and gestures counterclockwise around the palace, we have a shrine devoted to Magrin, official records, and chambers for public hearings and council meetings. What kind of records are stored here? Mostly dull official stuff, census counts, tax records, militia registers. Now I keep my distance. I got curious one day and got drafted into reshelving half of the records. She yawns. Worst day of my life. Goodbye. That's actually what we're looking for, is the records, which are right in front of us. Also, yeah. Let me save, because from what I remember, this might be difficult. Alright, let's try.
Gods keep you.
A taciturn man with graying hair pores over a tome as he's just withdrawn from one of the shelves. He glances up at you with baggy eyes. Yes, is there something I can pull for you? I'm looking for militia records from the time of the Saints' War, trying to find out what happened to someone. The man clears his throat. We've had a number of inquiries about such information. I'm afraid we've had to bar access to the public. Seems there are still quite a number of folk in Deerwood who bear ill will toward Radsarans. It would be irresponsible to surrender their names to just anyone. Many came to settle here as refugees. Perhaps if you were more established in Defiance Bay, things would be different, but I have no reason to suspect you to be any different from the others. Okay, so we don't have enough might, so we will have to come back once we have a little bit more well-likeness within Defiance Bay. So we have to do side quests to get it. So let us, for now, we could go back to Cadnua and explore the Endless Path for a little bit. But we also have that. And then, of course, while we're here, we're already here. We should really do that one first, yeah. This elderly man paces back and forth, taking short, hobbled steps. His gaze is distant, and beneath it are the dark rings of many restless nights. He appears to be having a conversation with someone who isn't there. And the way you fought, cutting down two at a time. We shared quite a victory, you and I.
Who are you talking to?
The man looks up at you, startled. My oh my, by the flame! For just a moment I thought I heard her. He puts a hand on his chest, catching his breath.
What troubles you?
Just the memories of my youth and the North Watch Rangers. Trials and adventures from a lifetime ago. He shakes his head. Of late, the memory of lost battles and fallen friends has been especially vivid.
Tell me about these memories.
It's been nearly 60 years. We were known throughout the Deerwood then. We thought we'd adventure together forever, collecting coppers and inspiring songs. The wrinkles around his eyes deepened. That was until we faced Helig of Thene. He was a wizard whose experiments in necromancy left a trail of bodies, some reanimated from Solus Vale to Midwood. We tracked him as he fled through toward the Vailian republics, catching him just west of the Lake of Drowned Tombs. We were fools. Seasoned as we were not prepared for his foul magic. Our numbers were nothing against his power. A wiser man would have ordered a retreat. Not me. By some curse of the gods I was knocked out, and when I awoke, my rangers, my Rowena, they were all dead. He holds empty air in his arms.
Who is Rowena?
My friend, my comrade in arms, and my love. We'd planned to adventure together until we grew old enough to settle down and enjoy our fortunes. Young as we were, we couldn't imagine anything would tear us apart. I know this sounds like an old man's madness, but I hear her, a voice just over my shoulder, calling to me in my dreams. At night, I see her wandering the catacombs beneath the city, trying to escape. Foolish as it sounds, I can't shake the idea that she's somehow down there waiting for me. I've even ventured below, though it damn near cost me my life. He hesitates. Were I half the warrior I was in my youth, I'd search every grave and rat hole. As it is, I'm stuck with this feeble body and the agonizing notion that my love is somehow down there, beyond my help.
I'll search the catacombs for a sign of Rowena.
Tears spring to the old man's eyes. There's an entrance just southwest of here, on the other side of the canal. He sniffs and wipes his eyes. You are truly a gift from the gods. If there's anything you can find of her. And yeah, since we're already going to the catacombs, might as well pick up a side quest that is also in the catacombs. Just saying. Which will then increase our well-likedness in the area. So that way we can, in Defiance Bay, so that way we can access the records. As you approach the dead man, you feel the faint traces of his soul lingering, a stunned uncertainty holding it in place. When you near without warning, the soul hurries towards you, as though you were a solitary light in the dark gloom of this place, come to usher it away. Its essence invades your consciousness. You are in a different body now, walking deeper into the catacombs, cloaked in a dark robe with a mask pulled over your face. You're following a familiar path along along the canal, heading to a room built around a statue of a figure wearing a robe much like yours. Others await, clothed in hoods and shadows. Ahead is another figure dressed like you, traveling in the same direction. You don't know his name, and that's how it's supposed to be. Out of the darkness, something monstrous grabs the other figure. You turn to flee, but find yourself face to face with a troll. The panic pounding through your brain is interrupted by razor-edged teeth and claws. You snap yourself out of the dead man's memory. The corpse lies on the damp and grimy ground. His hood and mask are missing, and his clothes are shredded. Well, fuck. There's a troll down here. That's not great.
very helpful.
Brave thousand beyond relief. Brave thousand. Kill them all! No prisoners!
We'll finish going through the catacombs, finding signs of what was her name? Rowena, as well as getting to Woedica's temple next time. So, thank you all for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and if you really like our content, check out the Patreon, which is linked down below, where you can watch our content before it's released publicly on YouTube. Also, be sure to check out our Discord, also linked down below, so you become part of our community. And also check out our YouTube membership, so that way you can check out some videos before everybody else through just YouTube. And also, we have a special video that we have done that is our first ever video essay series that will be on the Scream franchise. The first video is out already for YouTube members, so go ahead and check that out. So that's another reason to check it out. And I will see you all next time. Have a good one. Bye.